Big news from Old Trafford. Alejandro Garnacho's agent has flown in for transfer talks, and a summer exit could be on the cards. Plus, Ruben Amorim is under fire with no more excuses from a former United star, and the Red Devils are battling to sign a top midfielder. Stay tuned for all the breaking transfer drama. Alejandro Garnacho receiving offers to broker transfer away from Manchester United. Alejandro Garnacho has 7 weeks to leave Man United before the summer transfer window closes. Alejandro Garnacho's representatives have rejected approaches to broker a transfer away from Manchester United. Pini Zahavi's GOL international agency contacted Garnacho's representatives at Leaders, run by Carlos Cambero and Enrique de Lucas. However, Cambero is intent on facilitating a move without any assistance. Zahavi has long had links with Chelsea, and GOL International represents the club's forward, Christopher Nkunku. Chelsea floated the possibility of a swap deal involving Nkunku and Garnacho again last month, but United are not keen on the France international. High-profile intermediaries occasionally become involved in negotiations to engineer a transfer if representatives are inexperienced. Jorge Mendes played a small but significant role in Bruno Fernandes' move to United from Sporting in January 2020. Cambero has represented Garnacho since he moved to United from Atletico Madrid's academy in October 2020. Cambero and De Lucas, who spent one season at Chelsea in 2002 to 2003, visited Stamford Bridge in January when the Club World Cup winners considered submitting a bid for Garnacho. Chelsea have signed winger Jamie Giddens from Borussia Dortmund and are on the verge of selling Noni Madueke to Arsenal. Garnacho is one of 4 wingers United want to sell before the transfer window closes on September 1. United agreed with Garnacho for him not to report for pre-season training last week amid his desire to leave the club. Garnacho almost certainly will not be included in their pre-season tour squad that departs for Chicago next Tuesday. Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho and Antony are also planning to leave United this summer. Rashford has conducted individual sessions at United's Carrington training complex and arrived 8 minutes after head coach Ruben Amorim left on Friday. Rashford arrived via the rear entrance whereas Amorim drove out through the front. Antony is prepared to take a pay cut to end his 3-year stint at United, while Sancho's representatives have held discussions with Italian clubs. Here at the Manchester Evening News, we're dedicated to bringing you the best Manchester United coverage and analysis. Make sure you don't miss out on the latest United news by joining our free WhatsApp group. You can get all the breaking news and best analysis sent straight to your phone by clicking here to subscribe. You can also subscribe to our free newsletter service. Click here to be sent all the day's biggest stories. Player agent flies in for Man United transfer talks as summer move could be sealed. Manchester United have been quiet with their progress on transfers both in and out during the summer window. Manchester United's backup goalkeeper Altay Bayındır is reportedly set to welcome his agent to the city this week for talks surrounding his future at the club. Bayındır arrived at Old Trafford in the summer of 2023 as United's then-manager Erik ten Hag looked for a backup to first-choice Andre Onana. In his first season in Manchester, the Turkish shot-stopper made just one appearance against Newport County in the FA Cup as Ten Hag was reluctant to swap out the Cameroonian. Last season, with Onana's form still shaky and Ten Hag removed from power, Bayındır was given a few more opportunities to impress. However, his performances were inconsistent, albeit his performance against Arsenal in the FA Cup in January was impressive. Despite Ruben Amorim being more confident to trust Bayındır, he remained firmly a second choice, and now even that position is in doubt. The Mirror reported on Sunday that United are interested in signing another goalkeeper this summer, with Botafogo's John thought to be high on their shortlist. If he was to arrive, Bayındır's position at Old Trafford would start to look even more uncertain. Men Sport understands Onana has received reassurances from the United backroom staff that he remains part of the plans, and Tom Heaton signed a new contract to be third choice. As such, the Mirror reports that Bayındır's agent Sefa Sayrek has flown to Manchester to discuss his client's position at the club. It is believed that the 27-year-old fended off interest from Europe for his signature in January, as he did not want to leave. In recent weeks, that interest has resurfaced again and BOMBSHELL could, this time, welcome such an approach. Ruben Amorim given blunt ultimatum from ex-Man UTD star, no more excuses. Ruben Amorim has been warned he needs to make an immediate impact this season after presiding over the worst Manchester United campaign in Premier League history. Ruben Amorim has been told he will have no more excuses come next season at Manchester United after enjoying a transfer window and a pre-season. The Portuguese boss arrived in November last year to replace Erik ten Hag, but failed to enjoy any new manager bounce and, if anything, took the team backwards as they tabled their worst ever Premier League finish, ending up in 15th. It means there's no European football at Old Trafford, but, throughout the dismal run of results, there was always those highlighted that Amorim had not enjoyed prolonged time with his players on the training pitch and was working with a squad he'd inherited. Those frustrations were magnified by the fact Amorim played a unique 3-4-3 system, which he didn't have the players to do, yet stuck to his beliefs anyway. Ashley Young insists now is the time for the manager to lay down an early marker to prove he is the man to take the club forward. All the excuses that were used last term are no longer applicable and the ex-United man wants to see marked improvement on last year. He told Sky Sports, "I think Ruben Amorim has got his way, his style of coaching, his tactics and the way he wants to set up. He didn't want to come in when he did, he wanted to come in at the start of the season. So it was going to be tough either way. When you come in halfway through a season it is a tough ask. I think it has been said you'll have to give him time. How many transfer window? Who knows? You've got to set your marker as soon as you start this season. I don't think anyone can give him any more excuses, it is now or never. He's got to have a good preseason, work out what his best team is, what players fit into the system. Unless he's going to change, but you can't see him change the formation. The frustration for Amorim will be the lack of players he's got through the door thus far. Only Matheus Cunha has been signed with the impressive Brazilian joining from Wolves. The club have since turned their attention to Bryan Mbeumo but have seen a number of bids turned down by Brentford. They begin their Premier League campaign with a heavyweight clash against Arsenal on August 17 and Amorim will hope to have more new arrivals to pick from with the deficiencies in his squad continually exposed throughout the last campaign. Man United in race to sign relegated midfielder as Leeds United and Nottingham Forest eye big striker deals. Latest transfer news and rumours from around the Premier League including updates on Manchester United, Leeds United. Manchester United are in a race to sign Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, according to Football Insider. They are being linked with a move for the Nigeria international along with the likes of Everton and Crystal Palace. He could leave the King Power Stadium following the Foxes' relegation to the Championship. Ndidi, 28, has been with his current club since joining them from Genk back in 2017. He has since made 303 appearances in all competitions to date and has scored 18 goals. His long-term future is now up in the air amid attention from elsewhere. The 3 a.m. verdict: Wilfred Ndidi would give Manchester United more competition and depth in the middle of the park. He is experienced and knows the Premier League already. He could be seen by the Red Devils as a safe option to pick from and would provide Ruben Amorim with something different to what he already has at his disposal in that particular position. However, United may need to see off interest from the likes of Everton and Crystal Palace in this pursuit. Leeds United target Ivan Gessan. Latest transfer news and rumours from around the Premier League including updates on Manchester United, Leeds United. Manchester United are in a race to sign Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, according to Football Insider. They are being linked with a move for the Nigeria international along with the likes of Everton and Crystal Palace. He could leave the King Power Stadium following the Foxes' relegation to the Championship. Ndidi, 28, has been with his current club since joining them from Genk back in 2017. He has since made 303 appearances in all competitions to date and has scored 18 goals. His long-term future is now up in the air amid attention from elsewhere. The 3 a.m. verdict: Wilfred Ndidi would give Manchester United more competition and depth in the middle of the park. He is experienced and knows the Premier League already. He could be seen by the Red Devils as a safe option to pick from and would provide Ruben Amorim with something different to what he already has at his disposal in that particular position. However, United may need to see off interest from the likes of Everton and Crystal Palace in this pursuit. Leeds United target Ivan Gessan. Latest transfer news and rumours from around the Premier League, including updates on Manchester United, Leeds United. Manchester United are in a race to sign Leicester City midfielder Wilfred Ndidi, according to Football Insider. They are being linked with a move for the Nigeria international along with the likes of Everton and Crystal Palace. He could leave the King Power Stadium following the Foxes' relegation to the Championship. Ndidi, 28, has been with his current club since joining them from Genk back